kind of a refresher type of thing? And
Yeah, I mean, it was a rough film session. I told the guys, it's been a long time since I've been this disappointed in your effort, your performance, your attitude, your application, your attention to detail. It just wasn't there. Western Conference Finals started. I'm not sure if they got the memo. They got it this afternoon. So,
what did you try to hammer home the most with that?
I mean, our approach, like we just played flat. You know, game plan was not on point for execution. Decision making on offense was not very good. You know, got beat by a lot of hustle plays, transition, offensive rebounds, stuff like that. It just can't happen. So.
Coach, how do you feel like that putback from Carlton Towns that was not validated changed the atmosphere of the game?
I mean, it's inconsequential in the overall scheme of the game. We didn't play well enough to win, so one call here or there is not going to matter.
In the second round, I think you and maybe some other members of the team, after the gap in between games 2 and 3, said that maybe that contributed to the flatness.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the same symptom.
No doubt. Yeah. So I said to our guy, you know, we're 3-3 at home, and we have two kind of similar performances after coming off stints of success. There's a lot of ways, you know, immaturity kind of rears its head, and this might be one of them. And you know, but they got our attention now, so there's no reason for us to be, you know, feeling ourselves. So.
Do you think you play better after you had one loss like that? That like you feel?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll come out and play better. You know, it's hard to imagine that we're going to play much worse. But you know, there's lots of things that I'm sure Dallas is going to look to adjust to as well. So. Every one of these games has a personality of its own. So.
Did you like things you saw in the first half, or you were just disappointed overall?
I mean, you know, there were things we did well. Of course, we were able to build a lead. A lot of our kind of most kind of disappointing periods of play were when we had a lead. So yeah, but I think it's, you know, there was some things to learn from and be able to do better for sure. But not a ton to be like really kind of super happy about.
And had only 2 attempts in the restricted area. Obviously, that's a priority for the Mavericks. You know, back in the paint. How much of that was what they did, and how much of that was what Ant didn't do?
Yeah, I mean, they do a good job. They put 5 guys in the restricted, many of them in there illegally. But we didn't do enough downhill attacking. We spent a lot of time going east-west. So.
Chris, with some of the execution and energy things, how do you think that can apply directly to the matchups with Doncic?
Well, I mean, listen, I thought Jaden was great. He battled all night long, you know, got through 1,000 screens, many of those illegal too. And he just kept coming. He contested everything, even the shot that sealed it, you know, was well contested, you know. So we got to do a better job of giving him some help, you know, with some of the different things that we can do. But, yeah, I thought he was really one of our bright spots. So.
Kyrie does what he does on transition in the paint.
Yeah.
What do you guys need to do now to kind of make life a little tougher for him?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think 11 of his, you know, 24 points in the first half were in early attacks. It's where he's been so good for them. You know, we didn't do a good job of getting back. He got behind us once. He split us a couple times. Yeah, so we knew those were coming. We just were not good enough in getting back in transition in numbers and kind of showing them enough bodies. So.
And can be in the first half, he was like, well, we got a triple-double with the assists and stuff like that. And then second half, less playmaking. What specifically do you think he can do better? And
Anthony? Yeah, I thought he held a lot. You know, I thought kind of too much holding, a lot of indecision. You know, I thought a little more decisive in the first half. So.
Chris, there's been a few times this year where you've had frustration, or the players have talked about kind of like some fatigue in a game, and there has been right away the next game a bounce back in those areas. What has gone into that? Maybe it was a film session like today, but when that's worked.
I mean, we have a pretty good bounce back team. I mean, we got high character guys that care. They recognize. They own their mistakes. They own the performance. You know, we got depth, so there's always different options to go to. Guys have been pretty locked in. I think in terms of executing game plans, we've been really good all postseason. This was probably our worst showing there, so I think we'll be more locked in on what we're trying to do in the game plan. So.
Chris, you had 10 fast break points in the first quarter, only 2 the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you've got to be able to?
Yeah, no doubt. We're not the fastest team by any stretch of imagination, but we got to get easy buckets. We got to get out. And I could tell when the game started, even though we might have had 10 in the first quarter, we weren't really putting the effort in, getting up and down the floor, like stretching the defense. So we got to be much better there. So.
Chris, when you guys played your first 2 preseason games against Dallas, do you remember what you thought of Derek Lively as a player, and did you have any idea that he would already be playing a role like he is?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a long way back, but you could see the activity for sure. The athleticism. It's a perfect complement to Luka in a lot of ways. Like most rookies, his head was spinning. As we watched him through the regular season, he just got better and better every single time we saw him play. So, really good young player, and with the addition of Gafford, the way they platoon those guys keeps them fresh. It kind of adds to their impact.
When you guys were attacking from the weak side, attacking closeouts, it
Mm-hmm.
seemed like as you were trying to drive, the Mavs were able to get hands on a lot of balls,
Yeah.
a lot of dribbles. What do you want to see out of those situations to get kind of more clean execution?
Yeah, I mean, they definitely stripped us a few times. We're going into a crowd. We got to avoid playing in the crowd. I thought the last Doncic strip was definitely a foul. That's a big no call right there. But beyond that, we got to be mindful of they're always heavy in the gaps and they're always trying to reach. And we got to make the early play.
Chris, you guys had 49 of your 89 shots from beyond the arc.
Yeah.
How much of that diet was, intentional, and how much was, you playing into what they wanted you guys to do?
I think. Listen, I wouldn't say that we played into what they wanted us to do. They gave us a lot of. I thought we could have taken another 10 wide open threes if we would have made the right play. We do have to get to the rim a little bit more for sure. I think when we get there, we got to certainly finish a little bit better. But like I said, with the number of bodies that they have in the paint, sitting on Anthony and Cat Drive in particular, they're going to offer us shots, and we usually try to just take what the defense gives us, no matter where it is, if it's at the rim or at the 3-point line. So,
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
thanks, guys. Appreciate it.